Hello team, welcome to this free YouTube series on the agentic AI engineering. In this series, you will learn about the multiple topics on the agentic AI. And those topics are the part of a complete agentic AI course which is available on the Udemy. So if you really like this video, you really like the way how we are explaining the agentic AI, then definitely you can go with the complete agentic AI engineering course. And there you will learn about the complete agentic AI development from the scratch. You will learn how to build a real world autonomous AI agent, and it will be a complete step by step roadmap. The discounted link is already available in the video description. You can click it and you can enroll if you really like the way how we are explaining and you really like this content. Now let's move with this topic. In our last lecture, we built our first Gradio interface. They look great, but architecturally they are quite brittle. Every time you hit submit, the application ran the function and immediately forgot everything that just happened. If you are building a professional AI tool, say an automated trading assistant or maybe some kind of hospital tool, right? And that tool, what you are building, that need to remember the user's strict risk management across the multiple prompts, across the multiple interactions. Today, we introduce the memory and events. We are going to learn how to manage the application's state, trigger complex callbacks, and finally deploy our application to the public internet so you can text it to the client. That is something what we are going to build today. But before that, let's try to understand the problem of the stateless HTTP. By default, the web applications are the stateless. When a user sends a prompt, the server processes it and send the answer back and serves the connection. That is the general flow. You are sending the request, server is processing that request and sending the response. And connection got closed. Complete memory got wiped out. To fix this, we use the concept called state. Use the concept called state. In the Gradio, we use a special component called gr.state. It acts as an invisible variable that live in the background of the user's browser session, and it hold on the lists, dictionaries, rule books, and passes them back to your Python backend every single time a button is clicked on your Gradio UI. So that is something what we are going to learn today. So let's go to the cursor and create a Jupyter notebook. So I'm creating a new Jupyter notebook, a new file called interactive components.ipynb. And over here I will select the kernel. Then I will add a markdown. And over here, I will enter some details that what we are going to do today. So we are going to work with the interactive components like the state, the callbacks, and the public deployment. Right? What are the callbacks? Callbacks are functions that trigger automatically when a user interact, click, type, slides. We are going to maintain the state, a short-term memory on your UI. It allow your app to remember the data across the multiple click without a database. And last, we will do a deployment, a temporary deployment of your tool, of your code, right over the public internet. So very first, I will add a code base. And in the code base, we will set up the basic environment, the Gradio library, the Light LLM library, the .env library, and the OS library. Then we are loading the environment variable. It will initialize the memory, and you are here. The interactive environment is ready. That's great. Next, what we will do? Next, we will try to add or manage the state. We are going to manage the state. So we are going to introduce something which is called gr.state. That is an invisible memory with your Gradio. And for an example, you see that an AI note taker that accumulate idea before generating the final summary. And that is something which will work. So let me show you that what we will build. Let me add the code base and I will explain that code base line by line. So over here you see we are executing a couple of functions. Very first, we are adding a function called add nodes, which is accepting the two parameters, the current node and the session node. Add nodes to state and return the updated list. Over here, you see whatever the session nodes is being passed, what you are doing, you are adding your current node to that particular node using the append function, and then you are returning the total session nodes. Then you have the another function called finalize research. Finalize research is only accepting the session nodes. Use the state to generate a report. That is the purpose of this final search. Over here, it is saying that if not the session node, this is empty, right? Then it is saying return no nodes found. But if that is not empty, then you see you are appending the nodes with a hyphen in the join and saving all the things in a all notes. Then you are creating a prompt that based on the research note, write a professional summary and passing your all notes. And later what you are doing, you are using the light LLM completions. Using the GPT-4o mini and sending a message as a user, your prompt you created over here, which is a combination of all the session notes, which means the current note plus the notes which is generated in the previous sessions or with the previous chat within the same session, right? That is something you are doing. Now, whatever the response you are getting, you are returning this particular response. This is the final research function. Within the same function, you are using a with statement, and what you are doing, you are using something called gr.blocks as state demo. And over here, you are initializing the gr state. What is that gr state? The gr state is a special component and it acts as an invisible variable that lives in the background of user's browser session, right? It will hold the list, dictionary, rule book, everything. So that is something what you are doing. Then you are putting a markdown, gr.markdown, AI research architect. Now you are using the gr row. So this gr blocks, this gr row, basically you are using this to work like a front end, right? You are wiring your front end. And in the top, you are initializing your gr state. This is your invisible database. So with the gr.row, what you are doing, you are initializing a row. And over here, you are initializing a text box, right? With the label, enter the research finding. You are using enter the research finding. Then you are defining a button, save note, right? Variant is a secondary. Then you are using a state underscore text gr.labels, total not zero. This is the label which is being displayed on your UI. Then you are using the gr accordion, and this is again the UI component where you have the button and the markdown. You are also defining a click button, and in the click button you see in the function, right? The function you are using add note. Add note, what is it is doing? Receiving the session notes and appending the new notes in the add notes. Input will be the notes input and notes state. And over here you are defining the input and the output. Similarly, you are defining another button, the report button. And in the report button, you are using another function called finalize research, right? The second function you created, which is working with the AI. So very first, this add node is just adding the notes in your notes. And whenever you want the final research, you are just going to click on the button called report button, correct? Which is accepting the input and the output. This report output is a markdown. You see these research note state. This note state is a state basically. You see these input, note input is a input, the text box, right? And again, it is have the note state. The output again have the note input and the state text, correct? You are defining over here label and everything and the note. So everything is connected, everything is wired. And in last, you have the state.demo.launch. Let's try to execute this. And over here, you see you are getting this link. And this is the kind of UI you are getting. Let me show you on the browser. And this is the UI you are getting. AI Research Architect, the label, enter the research finding. Over here, you are going to enter the research finding. And with the save notes, you are going to save the notes, correct? And then with the final note, you are going to basically generate the summary of all of your notes. So let me add some notes over here and then we will generate the summary. Let's see how we can use it. Let's suppose we are going to add few notes over here and this is my first note. Light LLM is most lightweight abstract layer, allow architect to switch model using the standard OpenAI syntax. I will click on the save note and you see the note is basically updated over. Similarly, I will add another note. LangChain provides a massive ecosystem of RAG and graph memory, but can be introduced the abstract blot, simple apps, save notes. Total 3 notes are here. Let's suppose I want the report. I will click on the generate report and you see over here you are getting the professional summary, right? The light LLM emerge an innovative lightweight abstract layer designed for architects seeking flexibility In model selection, enabling the seamless integration through the standard open AI syntax. And then you are getting the conclusion kind of thing as well. Let's suppose I want to add a few more nodes over, right? So I will add a couple of more nodes over here. I'm adding like standardizing the OpenAI API format is the most fruit decision as an AI architect can make today. Total nodes are 4. And I will add another node. I'm saying Gradio Blocks API is the fastest way to build stateful event-driven UI for stakeholders validation. Save it. Total 5 nodes. Click on Generate Summary again. See it is working. It is processing your request, and this request is processed by the GPT-4o Mini. And you are getting the evolving landscape of the AI architect is significantly influenced by the several innovation tools and frameworks. Light LLM emerge as the most lightweight abstract layer and facilitating seamless model switching through the standard open AI syntax. Definitely your summaries improve as per the nodes. You want to add the more nodes, it will add the more nodes and then send those nodes to the OpenAI for the summary. This is a stateful application, a stateful AI application with the basic UI, which you can definitely can use for the prototyping, for client demo, and for your local engineering. Correct? But the question is, if I want to submit this to my client for the review the functionality of this prototype, should I submit them the code and give them the execution command so that they can execute it, right? And then they will see this particular UI. Is that the right way? And I say no, this is not the right way. Then how we can do it? So at this particular point, you have a working stateful application, right? Now we need to show it to our stakeholders, to our client, right? If you are running this locally on your URL like localhost, right, 127.0.0.1, no one outside your house, no one outside your machine can see it. But as an architect, you need rapid feedback. You need to send it to the client phone right now. Do this, we can modify our launch function a bit. You can modify your launch function a bit, the function you created over here. So I will comment out this, clear out the console, and I will add a markdown over here. In the markdown, I am putting some hint, right? As an architect, you need to show your work to your boss. Then you need to something. You use share true as a temporary demos. How to use it? Add a code base. While you are using the state underscore demo dot launch, just pass this here equals to true. What this will do? This will create a public URL for your stakeholders, and that public URL will be live for 72 hours. Just execute it, and you see it is saying running server use close to stop if you need a change. Launch parameter, and over here you are getting a public URL. Just click this, and you see your application will be live on this public URL. Is loading your application. The same UI was getting on your local machine, the similar UI you are getting over here over the public URL. This public URL is basically on the Gradio. So this is a live deployment on the Gradio server, which will be live for next 72 hours, up to 72 hours. And it will behave similarly. The application was working in your local machine. Let me show you. Let's suppose we are going to put some notes like Olama allow 100% private offline inference with the Llama 3.2. Save the note. This is saved, and you see over here you are getting the processing because you are interacting over the web, so internet is involved over here, correct? So you may see a couple of bit delays executing the second note using the local model for the PII personal identification information, eliminate the risk of the data leak, and third party clouds. Save processing, go and generate the report. This will generate the report, right? Again, the Gradio server will call the GPT-4o mini over the OpenAI and give the response. Olama provide the robust solution for 100% private offline inference with the Llama 3 local M2 M3 Mac hardware. This is a reference for my local machine. Llama effectively mitigates the risk and data lakes and blah blah blah. Let's suppose you want to update your nodes. Update your nodes regarding the open router. We use it. Open router serve as the ultimate failover proxy. Save it. Total 3. Add another one. The local first hybrid architecture. Save it. Now 4. Generate the summary, and you will get the updated summary. You will get the updated summary, which will involve the latest nodes, the open router thing. So this is something you are using over the internet. Your application is on internet, not on your local machine. And everything is being possible with this simple code. We are using the click, we are using the cordon, right? The final report, right? We are using the row, right? We are using the blocks, and we are using the state. There's a lot of things we have used in the Gradio. And you see, let's assume you want to create the similar kind of application and you want to design the UI and you want to maintain the web interaction, you want to maintain the network calls, you want to maintain the state in your local, right? Then how much work do you need? You need a lot of work to do. Design the UI, add the click functionality, add the button functionality, adjust the UI, and blah, blah, blah. So this is something where the Gradio is helping us. The Gradio is helping us as an AI engineer. So to summarize, let me mention that gr.state provide the memory. Your AI needs to execute complex multi-step workflow, right? Then you need the gr.state. Callbacks provide the interactive event routing, right? And share equals to true provide the instant global deployment. But we have generated or introduced a massive vulnerability here. Let's suppose the link you generated, that is a public link, right? And by mistake, that link got leaked, maybe in some kind of post, or maybe in some kind of data leak, or maybe in some kind of, any kind of breach, right? And because your API key is hooked up in the backend, that's why you are able to use the GPT-4 Mini. So you are spending your money. You are spending your money. And if this is going to be leak, right, the intruders can definitely eat a lot of money from your account because they can process anything. They can generate the summary of anything using this particular application. And who is paying for that? You are paying for. In the next lecture, we will lock down the engine. We are going to implement the enterprise gate authentication and user management so that only authorized personnel can access your deployed interface. And I will see you. That's all for the day. Thank you, team. See you next time. I hope this lecture or this video helped you to understand this topic. If you really don't want to miss the next lessons, then please subscribe. And if you really want to learn the complete agentic AI, the 22 to 25 long agentic AI course, where you will learn about the multiple frameworks in the agentic AI, you will learn how you can build the real world AI agent or real world autonomous agent. The complete Udemy course link is right below in the description of this video. You can go to the link, you can enroll the course and enjoy the seamless learning on the agentic AI engineering. Build your own agent and be a productive engineer. Thank you. See you next time.